Okay, boys and girls, let's go ahead and solve some story problems today. You're going to need a few items, so go ahead and get these items collected. Excuse me. You're going to need a pencil. You're also going to need some paper. Blank white paper is best, but if you only have lined paper, that's fine. Or any piece of colored paper would work too. And you should have some crayons or markers or colored pencils. If you don't have the colored pencils or crayons, it's okay. We can just write words. You don't have to have the colors. Go ahead and pause the video if you need to collect those items, and then come back and we're going to move on and solve some story problems. Okay, let's look at the first one. Mr. Anderson is making a rectangular cake for a birthday party. Half of the cake will have chocolate icing, and half of the cake will have vanilla icing. Draw the cake, then draw a line to partition the cake in half. Color the cake to show the icing. So we need a rectangular cake. So go ahead with your pencil and draw a rectangle on your paper. I'm actually going to make a few rectangles myself so that I can show you how this can be done in multiple ways. So it tells us that Mr. Anderson is going to ice half of it in chocolate and half of it in vanilla. I know half means 2 equal parts. So with my line, I'm going to draw a line on this first cake vertically up and down, and I will make 2 equal parts. So that's one way to cut it in half. I can also do a line that goes straight across the middle horizontally. And again, still 2 equal halves, just cut differently. I can also do a line from corner to corner. And I still have 2 equal parts, 1 and 2. So any one of those would work. Go ahead and draw the partition the way you would like on your rectangular cake. Now it says to color the cake to show the icing. So you can take your crayons and color in half of your cake in brown to show chocolate icing and half of it in vanilla. If you don't have white, use like a light yellow or a peach or something like that. Or you can just use your pencil and write the words. I'm going to try to use my scribble tool here. And I'm just going to scribble, scribble, scribble here. And I'm going to make this side in brown to show my chocolate icing. And then I'm going to move it over to this side and I'm going to make it white to show vanilla icing. So my cake is half chocolate and half vanilla. All right, let's go ahead and move on to the next one. Mrs. Smith is planting daisies in her rectangular garden. A third of the daisies will be red, a third of the daisies will be yellow, and a third of the daisies will be white. Draw a garden, then partition it into thirds. Color the garden or draw flowers to show the colors of the daisies. So first you need to draw your garden. Again, it's rectangular. So I've already drawn my rectangles at the bottom. Go ahead and draw your rectangle on your page. Now, it tells us that we need to do thirds. A third of the daisies are red, a third are yellow, and a third are white. Thirds means 3. So I need to partition my rectangle into 3 equal parts. So with my line tool, I'm going to do the best I can to draw lines and make 3 equal parts. It doesn't have to be perfect, just pretty close. So you can see I have 1, 2, 3 equal parts. But just like the other one, I can draw lines horizontally as well. So I'm going to do this cake, or not this cake, garden. This time we're talking about gardens. I'm going to make my garden over here on this side into the best I can, 1, 2, 3 equal parts. And now I need to put my flowers in the garden. If you want, you can just use a red and a yellow and a white crayon and color your 3 pieces, or you can draw a flower. If you want to pause it and draw a flower, that's up to you. I'm going to take my daisies over here. A third is red, so I'm going to put that first daisy in this part. Those are going to be my red daisies. My yellow daisies are going to be in the middle, and my white daisies are going to be on this side. So whatever you decide to do, you have a third red, a third yellow, and a third white. All right, let's go ahead and move on to our next one. Jamal painted a picture. A quarter of the picture was blue, a quarter of the picture was yellow, a quarter of the picture was red, and a quarter of the picture was green. Partition the rectangle to show Jamal's picture. Color the sections. I already have his outline here, which again is a rectangle. So go ahead and draw that rectangle on your paper. And now let's figure out what we need to do for partitioning. It tells us this time a quarter of the picture was blue. So this one we're doing in quarters. A quarter is another fancy word for fourths. So I know I need to partition this rectangle into 4 equal parts. So I'm going to take my line tool again. And this time I'm just going to make a line going up and down. And I'm going to make a line, my line back here. There we go. I'm going to make a line going across to make 4 equal parts. And then I need to color the sections. A quarter of it was blue. I'm going to take my blue here, put that here. A quarter was yellow. Let's put the yellow down here. And a quarter was red. And a quarter was green. So there is Jamal's picture with 4 equal parts. But is that the only way that we could have partitioned this rectangle into 4 equal parts? No, like we learned yesterday, there are a lot of ways we could have done 4 horizontal lines, 4 vertical lines. We could have made it into an X. There are lots of different ways that we could have partitioned this rectangle into 4 equal parts. I'm going to come down here and show you another way that we could do it. So we cut my rectangle in half, and I did a blue and a yellow on this side, and then I took this side of my rectangle and cut it in half and did a green and a red triangle. So there are lots of different ways that you could have done your rectangle. So if you want to pause it and make your picture, you can. All right, we have one more to go. This time we're talking about pizza, everybody's favorite food. Abigail bought a pizza for her sleepover party. She ordered different toppings for her friends. A third of the pizza had pepperoni, a third of the pizza had green peppers, and a third of the pizza had pineapple. Partition the pizza into thirds and show the toppings. So I already have my circle down here, pizza, and I have done my partitioning. So when we do thirds on a circle, it looks like a peace sign, if you've ever seen a peace sign before. So when you draw your lines, go down the middle and then come out on the bottom. Drawing 3 pieces to a circle can be one of the trickiest ones to draw. So just do the best that you can. Now we need to put the toppings on the pizza. A third of the pizza had pepperoni. So I'm going to take my little pepperoni slice here and put that on this third. A third of the pizza had green peppers. Let's take green peppers, put it over here. Do you like green peppers on your pizza? I do. And a third of the pizza had pineapple. I wonder how many people like pineapple on their pizza. I'm going to put that over here. So now I have my pizza partitioned into thirds. Good job, boys and girls.